In the first video of this series I've shown how to play Minimetro, a public transport manager, very simple but beautiful designed in my opinion. And this is continuation of the map Berlin, and if you want to have a look at how the game develops over time. The passengers do not really care in which direction you take them, as long as you take them to a station that looks like their desired target. So on the red line, the triangle passenger would now enter the train here and take it all the way down here and leave the train here. But if we extend the line to here, the triangle passenger will now enter the train on the way up and leave the train here. And we have reached another end of the week. On Sunday night we get another locomotive. Now we can choose between another carriage or getting another tunnel. At this point I'm going to choose a carriage again. So now I have 3 locomotives and 2 carriages in my depot, which I can add to my transport system if I want to. And as you can see, we already need much more capacity, because we have another station here and another station on the bottom. And one train is not going to be sufficient to serve all of them. I will add this stop and this stop to the red line. And now I can also add a train to the system. I can drop the train anywhere I want to. So I'm going to drop it in this direction. No, in this direction. So it can pick up the circle passenger first, bring it here, and then pick up the other passengers. Now this station already has more than 6 passengers waiting, and the train can only pick up 6 of them. So some passengers will stay at the station and wait for the next train. And also, as the game continues, it will add different types of stations. Like we had this star station already. We are now having a cross station as well, and passengers trying to get to the cross station already, but have no way to getting there. So they will stay at the station at this point. So as the game continues, our system is becoming more and more complex by having different types of stations and more stations added to our lines. So we can extend the red line once more to also serve the cross station. And in the next round, let's show this a bit quicker. The green line will also pick up the cross passengers and leave them at the square station to change trains to the red line. As you can see, the game is becoming more and more complex by adding more stations, and we will have to extend our network. And we can also, if we decide to do so, remove one of the stations by dragging the line out of it. And then we can drag the line somewhere else if we want to, and connect new stations. And for great gameplay, it is important to not have too many similar looking stations following each other, because everybody on this station wants to go somewhere that is not a circle stop, of course. So once the train enters here, it will pick up all passengers. Now at the next stop, another 4 passengers are waiting, and none of those passengers are going to leave the train. Obviously, this is going to fill up the train quickly. So in a better example, you would connect a circle station to a triangle, and then to a square, and then to a circle again, and then to a triangle again. Because this way, every station you stop at, some passengers will leave the train and make space for new passengers. Unfortunately, this is not always possible because a lot of circle stops are in this part of the map now. But I can now redraw the green line to also use this station as a stop, and we have used our second tunnel, so we can add no more tunnels to our system. If we wanted to connect this station, it won't work. But we also have the option to add a third line to our system, which is now going to be an express line from the circle to the square station here. And as you can see, there's still a transparent bright green connection here because one of the trains is already on this line. And I will now use this dark green line to connect the station. And I have now a third line, that connects a circle, a square, and a triangle. I will also add a second train to our bright green line because this train is already very busy. And we could choose to add another tunnel, but I'm going for more train capacity once again. And as you can see, the train system is getting more and more complicated. We have to connect more and more stations and deal with a growing demand of people wanting to use our system. I will now add carriages to both of my red trains, as a lot of special stations are on this line. All of the passengers going to the cross or the star station have to use the red line and change to it at the square station. On the other hand, everybody who wants to go to the square station from south of the river will have to use the red line as well. Every now and then it can be a good idea to completely rethink your system and connect it differently. For example, I could now connect the red line to cover this circle station, and I don't need the dark green line to serve this triangle now. So I might use it to connect to this triangle instead, and then serve another circle. So now we have a dark green line covering this part of the map, but they will drop all passengers not going to circle or triangle at the station to change to the red train. They will continue their way on the line they already started before going back and picking up the new system. Now the transparent part disappears and the green line now serves these stations. The dark green line finishes their round and picks up the passengers now, just in time before our game is over already. Obviously, at one point our system becomes too complex for us to manage, which is when we are going to lose the game. I will now pause it once again and then use a new line that I've just created to extend our southern part of the network. Now I will also connect this triangle station, so triangle passengers from these two stops can go this way or this way, and all others have to go this way. As you can see, the red line is becoming more and more heavy in usage, so I will add another train to the system. And I will also add a carriage to that train as well. And now another triangle has popped up here, so I will reconnect the yellow line. And now I will connect it to the star and the cross, so at least passengers going to cross and star don't have to use the red line anymore. I've also seen this stop on which I can add to the green line. And now we have two square stops behind each other, which is not ideal as well. So I will take this time to completely redraw the part of the green line, and now covering this square stop and then taking a circle, another circle to a triangle stop. As you can see, two trains are following each other very closely. The second train will now wait for the first train to make some space before it leaves this station. I can also at any time choose to drag any of the trains and place it somewhere else. This is quite good for some emergency relief. If you want to call it cheating, that's okay. So I'm using this train now to make an emergency stop to clear out the passengers in here, at least a tiny bit, before we have the option to add another few cars and locomotives to our system. We will need another carriage for this, because now we have 3 circle stops on this part of the map, which we can only leave with the green train. And we will have to extend the green and the red and the yellow line. And now this train was hopefully just in time to now clear out the station. So the timer is going backwards. We were just saved by the bell. And as you can see now, there are just too many passengers waiting in this part of the map, and we will not be able to pick them up with just one train. So this is the time when we are losing our route. We have managed to carry 911 passengers to their targets within 40 days, so that's close to 6 weeks, which is a medium score, I would say. Anything above 1000 passengers is quite a good score. Anything beyond 2000 passengers is a really great score. I hope you enjoyed me showing you this game, and maybe 1 or 2 of you will try it out yourself. I plan to do a mini-series about Minimetro, presenting different maps, the daily challenge, the endless game and the extreme mode. If you think you enjoyed this game, I would love to see you again at the next video. And obviously I would love to see you give me a like or comment or subscribe to my channel. See you soon. Bye bye.